So this is Gabi. He was the MD, and I'm just curious, like, what'd you think of the whole, how it came out? I didn't get to see you at the end. What'd you think?
I think we went through a lot to make it happen, but the outcome was amazing. I think not only the musicians did a great job, but also the engineer who was behind all the recording and mixing everything. They did a great job. So it was good.
Yeah?
I loved it. I have fun. That's the most important thing. When you make music, is always to have fun and just enjoy what you do. You know, especially when you have people like you, Dana, and Louis, who's my brother since I moved here to the United States, and Carlos, who I met like about a year and a half ago. No, about a year and a half ago. And we clicked right away, and I said he was going to be my guy to go whenever I have stuff like that too. So
I dig it. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the whole concept? Because you saw how the place was, right? There's flowers everywhere, love, peace, happiness. What's your thoughts on love, peace, happiness?
The thing is, those are my favorite words, peace and love. So I work in the school, so whenever I see the kids, I always go, "Hey guys, peace and love."
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Huh.
Yeah, and I'm full of that, 100%. I want to make sure that the kids are happy, the kids are in a safe environment, and that's who I am. I always carry myself like that, and I hope I can be like that and not a grumpy old man.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What about when you have like trials and issues and stuff going on? Like, how do you balance
the thing
it?
is, you gotta understand that, unfortunately, most of these kids they only have like a mom or a dad or living with a grandparent, and they don't have that love because they're always working. So I think it's a frustration that builds up little by little, and once they let it out, it's gonna go bananas. So why you wanna go and go hard on a kid that's already hard? Like, hey, in order for you to calm down, just relax, talk to me, what's going on? I'm here for you, and it's like that. It's always been like that, and hey, I've been in the system for 16 years, and I'm still there. So there's a reason why behind it,
Let me ask you this. So you're at home, you're walking around love, peace, and happy with your family, with your wife,
my
on the
wife.
street, with your
Yes,
kid, with the strangers?
all the time, all the time, all the time. Again, well, when I met you, it was like that too. We clicked right away, and it was like, look, let me show you. I love your song. That song was like, oh. Loved it. It took me a while to try to remember the name, but then I was like, okay, borrow time, and then listening to the lyrics and actually listening to the music, not in a musician's perspective, but in actually a listener, where I was listening to the lyrics. I was like, oh, there's a lot of things going on in here, so I loved it. And then the other two songs that we recorded also was cool, So I have fun.
You're the man, yo. You made it magic. Truly, that bass on Love Struck is like my absolute favorite. Absolute
I'm gonna play it
favorite.
right now because I think it came out dope. And then it's like God knows what He's doing.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
the way
That's
we-
it.
good, what I'm saying? I always say God may not have a schedule, but He's always on time.
Boom. Look at you preaching.
Drop
Hey, so Louis, I have some questions for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are your thoughts on love, peace, and happiness?
Well, my thought on it is that in order to exist the evil, they have to be the yin and yang. So love, they have to be there, and that every religion has in common is the practice of love. So it have to be, in order to coexist, everything have to have the yin and yang. That's what I think. So I firmly believe in that.
How good do you think you are at practicing love, peace, happiness?
That is very tricky because it's a very narcissistic, because you gotta love yourself first in order to love and to project that to the world. So if you find that little thing of putting yourself first, love yourself, like take care of yourself, you're gonna project that to the world, and that's a tricky way of giving love. another thing is the love that you have for your family and your children. That's way different. So I practice that every day.
That's awesome. Thanks, sir.
So what about happiness? You wake up happy every day?
Happiness is something that you work every day. You're never gonna be happy because in this society, how is the fabric of this society? You're never gonna end the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is a state of mind that you gotta do every day, every second. You gotta check yourself and basically do everything with love. And
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Can you see him?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. This is Gonzalo. Gonzalo, this is Luis. Luis is the drummer.
Pleasure, my brother.
Pleasure.
Same.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, those tracks is coming out clean, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, you played it, so.
Oh yeah, I was suggesting Donna that you more than feel free to put like minus percussions, like shakers, like.
Nah, I mean, I like it, and I want people when they see the videos what they're gonna get.
Yeah, I also today I have like a little pad. That the purpose of that is to feel free, so you can put anything that you want, and people is gonna still think that it's coming out of the MPC.
That's good.
The only issue though is like if everything was played to the click, it would be a lot easier for me to add something.
Yeah, it was very difficult, man. We didn't have playback. The takes that we had is just like go and make as much as possible so you can take out of it. So that's why we was in the rush, or that sometimes it's not on the clip.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I like the way it sounds right now. I think like it's the first one to be prepared for the one to come, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and happiness, like happiness is, I don't want to say it's a weird one, but I think once you have the love and peace, you can get the happiness. I think that's like this. You can be happy. Can you be happy without loving?
Carlos, yo tengo pregunta.
Sí.
Do you believe in practicing love, peace, and happiness every day? ¿Crees en practicar amor, paz y felicidad todos los días?
Absolutamente, sí. Y creo también que esto radica en nuestra conexión con Dios. Entonces pienso que Dios es todo eso, ¿no? Amor, felicidad, todos los días. Entonces yo creo eso.
So practicing love every day has to do with your connection with God.
With God, yeah. Father God.
Yeah, beautiful. We're all connected. It's a beautiful thing.
Always.
Somos los niños de Dios.
Amor.
Does he ever get mad?
Y familia.
Sí.
Sí. Qué lindo. Muchísimas gracias, Carlos.
Borrowed time really meant a lot to me in the sense that I had a car accident in 2019 and suddenly I was taken out of work. And to suddenly have your 9 to 5 be free, and besides doctor's appointments, you're just, on your own time, was like amazing. I got to slow down and I really saw that we're in a grind, when you're getting up and going to work every day and coming home and doing it again the next day, and you're doing the commute, there's traffic, you get to work. I think we're already stressed out completely by 9:30 in the morning. But it was just a beautiful experience to have time. And I went to Nashville and wrote this song with a couple of really talented writers, and they were so kind to talk with me about my experience, because we had to do this in a certain amount of time. So we were like, so what's going on? Who's going through something? And it happened to be me. And we took the situation and started writing, and it was beautiful. So we did this song last on the day of the first video shoot, And oh, it was so amazing. We were vibing. And there was a crazy energy in the space by the time we got to this song, because it was the third song, and you know, there was already energy created and we were feeling it, and it was great. But then that was on June 30th. A very close friend of mine died on July 9th. And I had already known by the 9th that I had to replicate the music, but that just threw me to the ground. Millions of people have died during this time, but when it hits you personally, it becomes something completely different and debilitating for a little while. For a little while, you can't even function. And I started thinking about Borrowed Time and the fact that the song was so relevant to my friend's experience as well, and all of ours. Like, we're running either for money, or we're running for specific goals, or we're running for status, or just, you know, and it might even be that we're running for passion, but the fact of just participating in the grind, it's a detriment, I think, sometimes, and it's so important to be able to slow down. So I couldn't really think about a video at first, or redoing a video, because my mind just wasn't there. You know, suddenly you're thrown into mourning. But huge thank you to Gonzalo, who is a business partner and you know, really somebody who's becoming a trusted friend. Told me a lot about his wife going through an experience where she lost someone, and then he's always like full of Kobe-isms and like analogies for, you know, that are like deeper insight analogies. And you know, I realized, like, I gotta get it together and finish this thing. Like, I can't throw away a process because of, you know, death. But Trevor, who passed away, was such a mentor, a musical mentor, such a capable producer, so patient in terms of kind of introducing me to the music world and kind of telling me how to move and proceed. When I started to replicate this song, man, it came from a whole nother place in my guts, because I was singing it for myself, I was singing it for him, and I didn't think that I was going to be able to match that energy, but I love how it turned out, and I really hope you enjoy it. I would say that if you are going to do this video thing, you got to work with people you trust, people who you know are capable, you are sure and solid of their work, and then you know, no matter the pitfalls, no matter the drama, no matter, because it's going to be there, and you got to kind of bank on that. But if you're working with a good team, you know, I think it's worth it, and it comes out great. I have a really strong love for live music. I think the energy in it and the connection is a really beautiful thing. And so here's Borrowed Time.
Let it go, it's my time. Freedom, it's my time. Been speeding down the same road every morning. In the evening, rushing back the way I came. And then it hit me without any warning. A crash that nearly took it all away. I realized I've been wasting every moment, never slowing down to taste the day. Yeah, this automatic start sliding to that hustle. Running, speeding nowhere fast. But when I look deep in the rearview mirror, that reckless face is distant in my past. See, I ain't wasting no more precious moments. Never slowing down to chase the day. This journey ain't no good, no, not worth living. No, if I can taste the beauty in each day. Yeah, borrowed time, but while it's mine, I'll be still and feel the breeze. Hold me, hold you tight. For good, I'll be a fighter and cherish every second that I breathe. Yeah, it's mine, it's mine. This
was so happy when I heard that you like really liked this project, and this whole long version really ended up, it was like your idea. What made you suggest it?
I mean, I don't know. It's like I work with like packaged music all the time, or like the ingredients aren't organic. You know, like I make music on my phone, so I'm part of the problem too. I don't play an instrument. I just love making music. So, or whatever I have, I try to make it happen. But if someone has a chance of like doing something with a band and real people playing real instruments, I feel like that's a different frequency that we're not tapped into lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, so my last stop on our journey together is my Think spot. It's right here on the Henry Hudson. And I come here to meditate, pray, think, figure out what I'm going to do and next steps. And so yeah, this is where we are. And it's like gorgeous. It's fall, can you believe? And so this is it, people. We're at the end of our journey, and it took 2 takes. One take in June where there was like a major snafu with the restaurant where we had to stop the shoot, so we weren't able to do playback. We had such a hard time that day, but we ended up capturing the music on that day, and then we had to use the music and transfer it to August 29. I had to redo the music, singing it in my studio at home. It could no longer be live. It had to be lip sync. I didn't wear a girdle in my last shoot. Don't talk about me, because I know, and you know what? I like my pudge. All sorts of roadblocks, craziness that turned this one-day shoot into 2.5 months, and I'm just finishing up in the end of October. And yet at the same time, it was so super dope and a great experience, because everyone was tapped into their love, peace, and happy. And which I thought was amazing, because there's so much talk about cultural appropriation these days, and I was so happy to take this and culturally appropriate it, so that it was more than just drug or train, which I love, because the new love, peace, and happiness train has just come in, and it's not just Woodstock and drugs and sex and rock and roll. It's like people who were tapped into their center, and people who were tapped into their source. And these were hired musicians, you guys. Like, they didn't have to do these interviews. I had no idea what they would say, and they all ended up, it showed so clearly that their take on life, their philosophy, was what made this whole thing work out. All of them came back for no pay on the second time we shot this, and I really believe it was because people were really tapped in to their love, their peace, and the happiness that they're like pursuing all the time on their journey. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a total pleasure to make this for you, and be happy, love somebody, and smile, because why the hell not? There's too much going on not to try to find these 3 things: love, peace, happiness.